This is the TheoFit Podcast, and I'm your host, Paul Maxwell. If you have failed to hit your fitness goals in the past, this show is for you. You will learn exactly how to change your physique, gain strength, lose fat, create discipline in your life, and feel better by taking care of your body. Stay tuned after the show for how to get free tools to improve your body. Okay, today we're going to talk about a bit of a serious issue, staying disciplined when you're depressed, because fitness is common. Everybody wants to get in shape. Everybody wants to lose fat, gain muscle, be strong, be fast. Think about, who do they want to be in 5 years? Who do they want to be in 10 years? Taking the actions today to become that person tomorrow, to become that person in 1 year, 5 years that I want to be, instead of being slower, fatter, weaker in 5 years, 10 years, instead of resigning ourselves to that fate. And as simple as that sounds, depression is this mental illness that can easily get in the way of that and distract that and feel more urgent than that. And certainly it is an urgent issue. And there's a couple authors that I'm going to draw on today to apply that to how to overcome the obstacles of depression when you're trying to stay in shape and not letting depression take you off the rails. Because depression can make you feel numb to the motivation that you have to get in shape. It can be heavy and weigh on you and make it even harder. Getting in shape's already hard. Going to the gym and running and not eating all those scrumptious things you want to eat, that's already hard. It can make you feel desperate. It can feel like it could just narrow in on your goals and make you feel like you're never going to accomplish anything. It can make you feel like you're in despair. And then finally, it's unrelenting, right? It doesn't give you a break. Depression doesn't give you a break. Right? And that can, all of those four things, the numbness, the heaviness, the desperation, and the unrelenting nature of depression could just weigh on you. It can make fitness 10 times as hard. Depression says to you about fitness, it says working out is the last thing you should do. Right? Listen, depression will even use itself as an excuse. Hey man, you're depressed. Like you don't have to go to the gym. You're dealing with a serious mental health issue here. Depression will tell you, take a day off. Hey, take a whole week off. Treat yourself, right? You need to care for yourself. Today, so these are the two authors I'm going to draw from. One of them is Andrew Solomon, who has this fantastic book called The Noonday Demon, and that's about depression. And this is what Andrew Solomon says about depression, to kind of help us to gain our sense of urgency back, to steal it back from depression. Andrew Solomon writes this. He says, the most important thing to remember about depression is this: you do not get the time back. You do not get the time back. It is not tacked on at the end of your life to make up for the disaster years, for the depressed years. Whatever time is eaten by a depression is gone forever. The minutes that that are ticking by as you experience the illness are minutes you will not know again. Now moving on to our second author, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. A little bit different than Andrew Solomon. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has this to say about depression. He says, quote, I found that with depression, one of the most important things you could realize is that you are not alone. You're not the first to go through it. You're not going to be the last to go through it. I wish I had someone at that time who could just pull me aside and say, hey, it's going to be okay. It'll be okay. End quote. Two takeaways from Andrew Solomon and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Number one, we do not get the time back that we lose to depression. We don't get the progress back. We don't get the reps we could have had, the progress we could have made, the health we could have had. In fact, oftentimes we are ending up having to compensate for the disaster that depression leaves in our lives due to all the behaviors and thought patterns that we develop when we're depressed. So number one takeaway, we don't get the time back. Number two, it's going to be okay. It is going to be okay. You are okay. Okay? You are okay. We must not feel the way that we act. We have to act the way that we want to feel. When depression wants to steal our vision, our progress, our goals, our future, we say, no, my future is bright. My future isn't all about treating yourself and not having any goals and being the same person 5 years from now that I am today. My future is about growing. My future is about, I won't let you steal a second from my gains, from my progress, from my goals, from my vision, from my drive. And above all, Use this tactic with depression. Be a scientist about it. Say this: give yourself credit for showing up. When you get to the gym, celebrate yourself. Give yourself credit, because it was 10 times harder for you to show up at the gym as it was everybody else there. Even if it's not the best workout, even if you didn't break any records, you showed up. You won. And hold every gym session over depression's head. Hold every healthy meal over depression's head and say, I am the victor in this arena, and you don't own me. Before you go, please leave a review in Apple Podcasts. It really helps us reach more people with these ideas. We really appreciate it. And check out our website, www.theo.fit. That's theo.fit in your web browser, and you'll get all kinds of downloadable gym routines, diet programs, discipline workbooks, stuff like that to help you get on track with your fitness journey. Just follow the links in the show notes. Get out there, challenge yourself, become a better you.